and welcome to the TalkSPORT Cup, where fans from across the country battle it out in a test of football trivia. We started with a pair of fans from each of the top 64 clubs in the country, but only 2 teams will make it all the way to the final for a chance to play for £1,000 and this trophy. There it is. Angelina, you had your hands on that. I'm Charlie Baker, and over there is the TalkSPORT Cup fact machine and the cleaner, Angelina Kelly. There she is. You were cleaning the trophy, Angelina.
Yes.
I wasn't casting any aspersion.
No. It's just my part-time gig when I'm not looking for facts. Yeah.
A gig's a gig.
Yeah.
Today's fixture is the first round tie between Aston Villa and QPR, so let's meet the teams. Representing Aston Villa, we have George and Dan. There we are. George,
Charlie.
Dan, Villa, proper old football team.
Absolutely, yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah. The claret and blue.
Yeah, the originals.
Were you the original claret and blue before Scunthorpe, before Burnley? It's no quiz, no points.
I think we were, yeah. I think we were the OG claret and blue team. So, yeah.
And of course, you're in the best bit of Birmingham, the road out. All right, Dan, am I allowed to say that or not, Dan? Are you?
Yeah, you're allowed to say
I'm allowed
that.
to say that. Okay, I mean, I might have some Birmingham fans right in. But how long have you been a Villa fan, Dan?
Since I was born in '97.
So that shirt predates you, does it? Or is
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
It's, early Premier League days, I believe.
Very good. And which shirt is this, George?
This is probably sort of 97, 98 time. So, yeah.
Do we know if AST computers still exist?
I don't think they do, sadly, for them. No, they don't exist anymore.
The sponsorship didn't work out.
I don't think so. No, it's a shame.
Well, there we are. Good luck with the quiz.
Thank you.
Representing QPR, we have Ray and Francis. There we are, Francis. Ray, how are we doing?
Very well, thank you.
Good to see. That's for some reason that is proper QPR names, Francis. And Ray. I don't know why that is. You just feel like, I suppose, Ray Wilkins. Did Ray Wilkins ever play for you?
Yeah.
One of your best ever players?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wonderful talent.
Well, TalkSport's own Ray Wilkins. Miss him as well. He was fantastic on air and a great guy.
Great guy, yeah. Great reconciler.
How was he on the pitch? Was he sort of who you'd want as a fan to be running the midfield?
Like all the great players, you just had time on the ball. Yeah, super Ray.
You home and away, Francis?
Yeah, well, I live in the Midlands, so I get to see a few choice away games. The Stokes and the West Brom.
Who chooses, you or them?
My children, mostly.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. We're not here for fun, we're here for football. So let's get on with the quiz. The first round is the home advantage round. Each team will get 3 home questions about the club they support and 3 away questions, which could be about anything. 1 point for a correct answer. They are allowed to confer, but if they get the answer wrong, it goes over and can be stolen by the other team. Let's get on with the quiz. Here we go. Aston Villa, your first home question. Who were the opponents and what was the scoreline in Villa's highest scoring Premier League win last season? That's 23-24 season.
Was it Sheffield United? Or was it Brighton?
It was Brighton and it was 6-1.
Okay. Yeah.
It was Brighton and it was 6-1. Angelina.
Do you know which player scored the hat-trick?
No
Ollie
points.
Ollie Watkins, got to be.
Yeah, but no extra points.
Very, very good indeed. QPR, your first home question. Who were the opponents and what was the scoreline in QPR's biggest league win last season? 23-24.
Leeds United 4-0.
Who were the opponents and what was the scoreline in QPR's biggest league win last season?
Leeds United 4-0 at home.
It was indeed. Leeds 4-0. Angelina.
Remember any of the goal scorers?
Lyndon Dykes.
Yeah. Sam Field,
Ilias Chair game.
Ilias Chair.
Lucas Anderson and Ilias Chair. But again, no extra points.
No points, but good to know that you know what you're on about. Aston Villa, your first away question. Which Italian club is known as the Old Lady?
Juve.
It is Juventus. Very good indeed. Angelina.
So the old part of the nickname is a pun on Juventus, which means youth in Latin. It was derived from the age of the Juventus star players towards the middle of the 1930s.
QPR, your first away question. Which Spanish club's nickname is the Yellow Submarine?
Not certain. Should we go for it?
Yeah, go for it. Okay.
With no certainty whatsoever, Real Betis.
It is not Real Betis. Goes over to you.
It is
Aston Villa.
Villarreal.
It is Villarreal. Angelina.
And the nickname is due to the club's yellow home kit and because it's a low-profile team, apparently, compared to the likes of Real Madrid, Barcelona, etc.
Plumbing the depths, you're saying. There we go. Aston Villa, your second home question. Which Russian club has Unai Emery coached but lasted only 6 months in the job?
Spartak Moscow.
It was Spartak Moscow. Angelina.
Yeah, it wasn't great for him. He lost 10 out of his 26 games in charge.
Wow. QPR, your second home question. Which club finished second to QPR in the Championship in the 2010-2011 season?
Swansea City.
It's not Swansea City. Goes over to you. Aston Villa.
West Brom.
It's not West Brom. It is Norwich. Norwich City. Angelina.
And they were 4 points behind QPR at the end of that season.
Is that Grant? That's Grant Holt. Grant
Yeah.
Holt. No points for me either. Aston Villa, your second away question. Which former Football League club's ground is called Spotland?
Rochdale.
It is Rochdale. Angelina.
And that ground first opened all the way back in 1878.
QPR, your second away question. Which former Football League club's ground is called the Diva Stadium?
This is the old Roman name for it.
Yeah. Chester City.
It is Chester City. Angelina.
And they opened in 1992, that stadium.
Aston Villa, your third and final home question. Who scored Villa's first goal in the 1957 FA Cup final?
Peter McParland.
It was Peter McParland. There he is scoring it, black and white, Ange.
And he also scored the second one 5 minutes later.
QPR, your third home question. Who scored Rangers' only goal of the 1982 FA Cup final?
Terence Fenwick.
It was Terence Fenwick. There he is. Angelina?
So the game ended 1-1 against Tottenham, and then Spurs won that replay 1-0.
Aston Villa, your final away question. Who is Finland's all-time leading scorer?
I think Littmanen might have played a bit longer in the national team. Yeah.
Jari Litmanen.
It's not Jari Litmanen. Goes over to you, QPR. Any ideas?
I think I can see his face. He played for Norwich, but I can't remember his name.
Can't remember his name. His name is Timu Pukki.
Oh,
yeah.
Pukki.
Yes, we can all see him running through and scoring. Angelina?
And at the time of us filming, that is with 42 goals.
Yeah, unless someone scores loads for Finland in the meantime.
Yeah, who knows?
You never know. QPR, your final away question. Name either of Scotland's all-time joint leading scorers.
Dennis Law and Kenny Dalglish.
Yeah.
Dennis Law.
There we are. It is Dennis Law or Kenny Dalglish. I think you got both there. Well done, Ray.
Thank you.
Angelina?
Both with 30 goals.
That is the end of the first round. Angelina, what are the scores?
As it stands, it is 6-4 to Aston Villa.
Very good, very tight, good answering, very, very good. Ray, what's the highest point you've ever been at? The highest moment you've ever been at with a QPR game?
Probably winning the 2014 playoff final at Wembley. Bobby Zamora, last-minute winner. Doesn't get any better than that.
Bobby Zamora. Some player, he didn't score a lot of goals, did he? But important ones.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of clubs, Francis, in that area of London, aren't there?
Well, there's Fulham, yeah, and there's another one we don't talk around.
That's the one you don't talk about, is
Yeah,
it?
we don't talk about the other one.
Okay.
Beating Chelsea 6-0 was a highlight of mine.
Oh, yeah. When was that?
March 1986.
I've said that without moving my lips.
I know you're very, very good. I think Ray's got the facts, so you've got the emotion, Francis.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very, very good. And George, Ollie Watkins, I don't know if you know this, was a Torquay United ball boy. My team is Torquay United, and he should be playing for us. So
Yes.
can you explain yourself, please, George?
Well, I apologise to you and all Torquay fans that he's moved on to bigger and better things.
Wow, better and bigger. Did you hear that?
Got you there.
Unbelievable.
I think he's been a fantastic player for us. He's only a few goals away from being our all-time Premier League
Is
goal
he?
scorer. Yeah, Gabby Agbonlahor currently has that record.
Paul Gabby. He'll be down there.
yeah, I'm sure
He'll
he
be down
will.
there and going to nobble him down.
Yeah.
Gabby's going to go down, just kick Ollie in the knee or something.
Well, he'll have to catch him first.
Well, in his prime, maybe.
In his prime, maybe.
Because Gabby had pace, didn't he?
Yeah, he was an electric striker. I remember him running on through headers from John Carew and Emil Heskey. Some of those goals that he scored for us.
Round 2 is the Bravado round. Each question in this round is worth 3 points. I will ask the contestants a question, and they will bid for how many correct answers they think they can give me. Whoever believes they can give me the most will have 90 seconds to name them, but crucially, if they fail to reach their number or give an incorrect answer, the opposition can steal the points by simply naming one correct answer. OK, let's get on with the quiz. Your first question of the Bravado round is this. I want to know, how many Italian clubs can you name that have won Serie A since 1960? There are 12 Italian clubs that have won Serie A since the year 1960. How many of those 12 clubs can you name? You now have 20 seconds to have a chat with your partner before we start the bidding. And I'll read the question again. How many Italian clubs can you name that have won Serie A since 1960? There are 12 Italian clubs that have won Serie A since the year 1960. How many of those 12 clubs can you name? 5 seconds. OK, QPR, coming to you first. How many do you think you can name?
We'll start off with 4, please.
You think you've got 4? Can you go any higher, Villa?
I think 5. Yeah,
You've got 5. We're going to go for 5.
We'll go for 6.
You think you got 6 there? QPR, Aston Villa. Any higher than 6?
We'll go 7.
You can do 7.
Yeah.
Going up now. Hitting 8 if you've got them, QPR.
We'll go for 8 then.
We're going to go for 8. OK, 8 Italian teams. Villa, back to you.
We'll let them do it.
You're going to let them do it? You're going to get them to name them? 8. You have 90 seconds to name them. Once you give me an answer, wait for me to repeat it and it will be locked in. 90 seconds starting from now.
Verona.
Verona, 1.
Napoli.
Napoli, 2.
Roma.
Roma, 3.
Juventus.
Juventus, 4.
AC Milan.
AC Milan, 5.
Inter Milan.
Inter Milan, 6.
Sampdoria.
Sampdoria, 7.
Lazio.
Lazio, 8. They are locked in. They are your clubs. Angelina, how many did they get right? 8. Very, very good. Well done, QPR. Very good answering. Angelina, can you fill in the gaps for us? I'm going to say Fiorentina as 1.
Fiorentina is 1. Did you have any more in your locker, or?
I think we're exhausted.
Yeah. You could have had Bologna, Cagliari, and Torino.
There we are. OK, we move on. So I want to know, how many countries can you name that have competed in the final of a European Championship? There are 13 countries that have won the Euros or finished runner-up, but how many can you name? For any uncertainty, if a certain country has been formed out of another country and they have reached the final under both names, that only counts as one answer. 20 seconds to chat with your partner before we start the bidding. I think I'll get about 1 on this one, Angelina.
You reckon?
OK, 5 seconds. OK, Aston Villa coming to you first this time. How many have you got?
5.
5? You think you've got 5? QPR, any higher?
6,
We'll
please.
go
You think you've got
6.
6? Aston Villa?
7.
7. Got the 7 there.
Got 8.
8. You think you've got 8? You think you've got 9, Villa?
9.
9, yep, OK.
We have 10.
You got 10, yep. Any higher? There are 13 answers. Can you go any higher than 10? What do you want them to name them?
Yeah. 11.
11, OK. Back to you, QPR.
I can't think of any.
We'll let them take it, please.
OK, going to say to name them. You have 90 seconds, starting from now.
Italy.
Italy, 1.
Denmark.
Denmark, 2.
Holland.
Holland, 3.
Germany.
Germany, 4.
Greece.
Greece, 5.
Portugal.
Portugal, 6.
England.
England, 7.
Spain.
Spain, 8.
The Soviet Union.
Soviet Union, 9.
Denmark.
Denmark,
We said,
10. I think you've said
Have we said Denmark?
Denmark, yeah. One, we still got time. We've got plenty of time.
France, we haven't said.
France,
Yeah.
10.
That's 10.
So we need one more from you. And you've got 40 seconds.
trying to think.
Sweden. Czech Republic.
Czech Republic.
Czech Republic.
And the Czech Republic. There are your 11 answers. 11 out of 13. Sounds pretty tough. Angelina, how many did they get right? Very good. 11 out of 11. Excellent answering. Angelina, what did they miss out?
So the remaining 2 were Belgium and Yugoslavia or Serbia.
There we are. Very, very good indeed. That's the end of the Bravado round. Angelina, what are the scores?
It is 9-7 to Aston Villa.
There we are. Very, very tight game. Great answering in this round of the TalkSPORT Cup. It's 9-7 to Aston Villa. Dan, if you could sign any player at the moment from the rest of the Premier League, who would you think you would sign?
If money was no object, someone...
Oh, yeah, this is complete dreamland.
I think someone like Van Dijk. We've had our defensive issues this year or for the last year, and someone like Van Dijk, like incredible player, and he would.
I love that, Dan, that you've gone for a defender. QPR, who would you have back that you sold? Who'd you always regret that you had to sell or sold, Francis?
Eberechi Eze, certainly.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew he was good at Rangers, and we got 20 million for him, I think.
We did.
But, and at Rangers, that is an awful lot of money.
Yeah. Have you always had a good youth squad set up?
Totally reliant upon it, really.
Yeah.
Certainly, when we came good in the mid-60s, a lot of those players came through from the youth side.
Yeah.
That won the League Cup in '67.
Did you?
And the same with the great team of '75, '76. There were 3 or 4, 5 homegrown players in that team.
Yeah.
Terry Venables was very good at bringing the kids on.
Round 3 is the Guess Who round. In this round, I'll give the teams clues. These could be about a player, a manager, a club, or even a stadium. And as soon as they think they know who or what I'm talking about, they can buzz in and have a guess. But if they get it wrong, they'll be locked out. And the other team can hear a full list of all the clues before giving an answer. There are 2 points per correct answer in this round. Let's get on with the quiz. To start with, I want a player. This player began his professional career with Utrecht in 1998 and moved to Feyenoord for €1 million in 2003. He became the club captain in 2005 and was the club's top scorer for 3 consecutive seasons. He was the Dutch Footballer of the Year in 2005-2006, and he joined Liverpool for £10 million in 2006. Yes.
Dirk Kuyt?
It is Dirk Kuyt. Here's another player. Having come through the youth ranks with Sporting, this player joined Arsenal in 1997. After 2 years at the club, he moved to Southampton. Then in the year 2000, he moved to Fulham. He helped Jean Tigana's side win the Division 1 title in 2001, making 39 league appearances and scoring 18 goals as Fulham ran away with the championship. After years as a fan favourite at Fulham, he moved to West Ham in 2007. Yes, Aston Villa.
Luis Boa-Morte?
It is Luis Boa-Morte. There he is. Curbs. Signing him for West Ham there. Moving on, another player. This player began his youth career with Lazio in 1985, playing in various roles, including a striker and midfielder, before eventually settling as a defender. Became captain in 97 under Sven-Göran Eriksson and helped Lazio win the 1998 Coppa Italia. Financial difficulties forced Lazio to sell him to AC Milan in 2002, where he played until 2012, making 224 appearances for the club. After spells in Canada and India, he retired in 2014. He represented Italy 78 times and was part of the team that won the World Cup in 2006. He now manages Monza. Quite a tough one. No? Yes.
Gennaro Gattuso?
It's not Gattuso, it is Alessandro Nesta. OK, here's a club. This London club is the second oldest to play professionally in the capital. Harry Kane spent time on loan at this club. They have played home matches at Brisbane Road since 1937. QPR.
Leyton Orient.
It is Leyton Orient. Here's another club. This is an Argentine professional sports club based in the Belgrano neighbourhood of Buenos Aires. Their stadium is the largest in South America. They have won the Primera Division Championship a record 38 times. This is where Alfredo Di Stefano started his career. Anybody? Yes, Aston Villa.
Boca Juniors?
It is not Boca Juniors. Want to have a guess, QPR?
River Plate.
It is River Plate. OK, I want the name of a stadium. Next to Bishop's Park, on the banks of the River Thames. This football ground was originally a royal hunting lodge. It boasts the Johnny Haynes stand, which is the oldest. Yes, QPR.
Craven Cottage.
It is Craven Cottage. And finally, who is this? This former player started his managerial career at Livingston in 2005. He's managed a number of English clubs and guided Norwich City into the Premier League with successive, yes.
Paul Lambert?
It is Paul Lambert. There he is. What a lovely tracksuit. And that is the end of the Guess Who round. Angelina, what are the scores?
So both teams got 6 points in that round. So it is 15-13 to Aston Villa.
There we are, very, very tight. Going into the final round. The fourth and final round is the stoppage time round. There'll be 90 seconds on the clock. If you think you know the answer, just buzz in. 2 points for a correct answer, but if you get it wrong, you will lose a point. It's very, very tight. Let's get on with the quiz. Which Arab nation made their debut at the '94 World Cup? Aston Villa.
Saudi Arabia?
It is Saudi Arabia. Who in 2008 became the last Nigerian to score in an FA Cup final? Aston Villa.
Kanu?
It is Kanu. Which Sheffield Wednesday player won Premier League Player of the Month during the 94-95 season? Anybody? Nope. Go on.
Di Canio?
It is not Di Canio. Lose a point. It was Chris Waddle. Which ground has the Barclay Stand? The Barclay Stand. Anybody? No, Carrow Road. Which club in 2017 became the last team to score twice when losing a League Cup final? Anyone? No, Southampton. Which former Wigan player has the most Premier League appearances for a Barbados international?
Emerson Boyce?
It is Emerson Boyce. Who scored a hat-trick against England at the 1988 Euros? QPR.
Marco van Basten.
It is Marco van Basten. Which country do ammonia come from?
Cyprus?
It is Cyprus. Who beat Spain in their first match at the 2010 World Cup?
Switzerland?
It is Switzerland. At which European ground would you find the Tribuna Stand? The Tribuna Stand is the new camp. Which country do Midtjylland come from? Yes.
Belgium.
It is not Belgium, it is Denmark. Which League Two side play at the county ground? Yes, Aston Villa.
Notts County?
It is not Notts County. It is Swindon Town. That's the end of the quiz. Angelina, what are the scores?
So the final scores are 23-14 to Aston Villa.
Very, very well done, Aston Villa. Great quizzing. QPR came up against a very good team, but you did well yourself.
Thank you.
14 is a very good score. You don't go home empty-handed. You do go home with the TalkSPORT football trivia game, one each. There we go. Very nice indeed.
Thank you very much.
There we are. Very nice indeed. A tough final round there, I thought.
They were very good, yeah.
Pulled
Very
some
fast
good
on the
questions
buzzer.
out there. But there we are, Villa. Very, very good quizzing.
Thank you.
Very good. Pulled some answers out there from somewhere, Dan.
Yeah, it was a bit of a surprise with some of those answers.
There we are. That's it for another episode of the TalkSPORT Cup. We will see Aston Villa in the second round, and we'll see you next time.